Hi.
I'm Jasmine.
I'm Andrea.
And we're Natural Ewe Yarns. It's the 4th week of the spring sweater knit along. And you've made quite some progress, haven't you?
Yes, I have. And trying to stay ahead of the pack, but not fall behind.
Well, that's what staying ahead of them is all about. But at the same time, you don't want to get too far ahead and make everyone feel like they're not keeping up.
Right, because that's not the point. The point is that most times when there's a knit along, there's actually already finished object for people to talk about, whereas we do it a little bit different and we knit alongside you. So
yeah, because we want you to feel like
there's
you're
a
joining
connection.
us.
Yeah, we're all knitting together rather than we're telling you what to knit.
That being said, you did do the one sweater ahead of time.
Right, well, I'm not that fast.
So everyone is familiar that we are doing the Sprocket Sweater and the Aster Tee. And the Sprocket Sweater is on display in the store. It's also on our Instagram.
There's been lots of pictures of it.
And Facebook. Andrea wears it really well.
It was a nice, fun pattern to do. It's a top-down pattern, as you know, with the yoke pattern is done with one color at a time, and so it looks like there's a bit of fair isle, but it's not. It's all done with slipped stitches. And the Aster Tee, which I have the front of finished now, I have it on holders because I think it's a 3-needle bind off for the shoulders, and I'm working on the back. I've started the got my needle stuck through so I don't lose it. And that's how far I've gotten on the back of it now. And
that's really pretty. So in the front, it sort of divides off into 2 panels. In the back, it's
well, yeah, because of the neckline, right? It comes down, so it has to go up on either side.
Is it a scoop neckline or?
Yes.
And the Aster Tee is a circular yoke too, right? A scoop neckline.
Yeah. This is the Aster Tee.
Oh, I meant the Sprocket Sweater. Sorry. I got distracted because I'm trying to figure out my own yarn.
I'm like, what? The Sprocket Sweater has some short row shaping for the back of the neck, which is nice. But the patterns are written so well, there's no way that you can't understand it. And if you're not sure what it means, it falls into place beautifully if you just do what the pattern says. It's okay to trust this pattern.
Yeah, shout out to Megan Nodecker, who is also the model on her patterns. She's very talented, eh?
She is. And the other thing that's really nice is that it's a size-inclusive pattern, so it's going to fit everyone. I was thinking the other day the Sprocket Sweater could actually is unisex.
Yeah,
right?
It could be, for sure.
It all depends on your colors, and sometimes it just depends on your color preferences.
And it's entirely versatile. Like I know Karen, who is doing this knit along with us, has told us not only is she going to make it, I think she said a t-shirt, like not long sleeve, but she's going to do something cropped. So that
she wants it cropped, and she wants it a bit fitted. And so I think it would be great if somebody wanted a sweater dress if you just make it longer.
And you made yours a little A-line, didn't you?
I did. I did make mine a little A-line. So there's all kinds of options. And I think that I'm more than probably the same as you. We're both very anxious to see, well, not anxious, but interested and looking forward to seeing some more progress pictures.
Yes, everyone's been a little bit quiet on that, and I wonder how it's coming along.
You know what? I've been a little quiet on that myself. I haven't posted my update pictures either, so I'm sorry about that.
We'll have to do that this week. There is a wonderful video where you demonstrate the Aster stitch, and you get to see a little bit more of the top.
If anybody had problems with the Aster stitch, please, there's a video that's available on our YouTube channel that demonstrates how that stitch is done. So if you've had any kind of issue with it, or if you're getting to that part of the pattern, that is available for you. And since we're at the beginning of the 4th week, it's high time we tell you about the prize for this knit along. Those working with our yarns will qualify for the draw, Everyone else is, of course, also welcome to join us. If you're working with other yarns, that's fine. It's all part of just getting to know fellow knitters. And there are different ways of actually accumulating ballots for the draw. Every time that you make a post on our group of adventurous knitting, or in the event itself, or if you come and attend our knit night or come to our Zoom social makers circle, tag us on your own social media. Each of those things would constitute a ballot for the draw.
Yes, a ballot for each and every one of those things to be put in a random name generator and chosen on our final video live, so that we can announce the winner together.
And in case you hadn't figured it out yet, the prize is sitting on the table.
Well, we've just been talking this up so much this last month, a little bit longer even. No, we introduced the sock set this month. So we're just really excited about it. And
Jasmine likes this color combination for the project bag.
I do. I think it really pops.
There will be more in this color coming soon.
But right now it's one of a kind.
Right. So, and the sock set that's included is our sock set of the month this month. It has the 2 colorways, birch bark. No.
Driftwood.
Driftwood. Sorry, that birch bark is in the collection, the Boreal collection.
Yes.
So this is driftwood, and this is crab cakes, which is perfect together. And you can make one sock in each color with the contrasting heels, toes, and cuffs, or you can stripe them together. There are a number of patterns now available on Ravelry. It's becoming a bit more noticeable that people are designing socks to be mismatched. And so it's easier to do if you are using 50-gram skeins, and that's why we've got them in the 50-gram. You don't always need 100 grams of sock yarn to make a pair of socks.
Then you don't feel guilty about having, leftover yarn and what to do with your scrappy bits.
Right.
And they look so good with that bag. So that's a sheep project bag and a yarn sock set as the prize.
Yes, the April sock set. And Jasmine has finished knitting the socks from the February sock set.
I have.
She decided to do, what was the name of this pattern?
This was String of Heart socks. Here, you want to hold one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they're opposites.
Yep.
And the string of hearts is 3 times around the top here. And then once at the toe. And
at the toe I filled in the hearts.
Yeah,
I thought I wanted to see what that looked like, and I think I actually prefer it. I'll get a photo on our Instagram this week of this little project, but I really like when you put them side by side.
How was the heel flap different?
Well, the heel flap was normally, or what I'm used to, is that you slip one stitch in the same sort of part of the row
kind of
each
like
time.
A rib, right?
Yeah, it creates a bit of a rib. And this one is more
offset.
Interlocking. There's a term for this.
It's offset.
Yes, but interlocking, like it creates little like weavings, interlocking.
Yeah, it's a really cool look.
Joanne told us the name for this, and it's escaping me. And then we joked because it was the name of a bird or something, and so we started calling them all kinds of different things.
Kookaburra?
Yeah, but like that's not it. Anyway, if you're watching and you know the name for this,
please put it in the comments.
Yeah, let us know, because I'm sure I could Google it, but it's so
and we
much
would
more
love
fun
to see comments
when we interact.
Regardless, and we would love it if you liked and subscribe to our channel, because YouTube is something that we've switched to recently, and so we would like to. We're working on making the people that don't have Facebook aware that we're there, so that they too can join us for our knit-alongs. And word of mouth or sharing always helps. So if you would like to share our posts or the link to our posts, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah. We're not done yet, though. I think you should talk about the colors you're using again, specifically the green, because aren't we working towards new colorways?
So I am working, of course, on dyeing more yarn, and that's sort of an ongoing thing. So the colors that the main color that I used in this was on our Gots to Have It base, which is 100% organic merino that's been superwashed with a process that is non-toxic to the environment.
It doesn't use chemicals and like harsh chlorine and such.
And it doesn't have a resin coating on the wool. They do something else to stop it from being superwash.
And it's the only process in the world that makes the yarn machine washable while still saying organic certified.
Right. So we were pretty happy the day we found this, and it's a great yarn to be able to use and to make things for gifts. And now that we've done that little spiel finished,
you were talking about the green.
The color, yes. So the color was called Lagoon. We only have 1 or 2 of these left in shop on website.
If you love, look at that emerald green, looks so good.
I know,
there.
it's so pretty.
If you love it, find I think
Gray Heron Yarn Shop.
5 skeins of Gray Heron Yarn Shop, yeah.
Yeah. So in the meantime, I have brewed another indigo vat, and I'm working on blues, and we'll also be doing some greens. No guarantee, of course, that the green will be the same as this, but I am working towards green. I have things from last year that I dried to make dye with, and I had some goldenrod left. It wasn't enough to make it quite as bright as this yellow that's in front of jasmine, which is normally what goldenrod does. I think that's what this is.
Yep.
So goldenrod normally becomes this bright, but I didn't have a strong enough dye bath to do that. Mine is more like this.
It actually looks a bit more like tarnished gold. Like
yeah, it's not quite this, because this is a different dye stuff. But it's a lighter yellow like this rather than a bright golden yellow like that. And so when I put it in indigo, depending on how strong the vat is at that point, it will give a different shade of green.
And so you're also bringing back blues, logwood, which is a beautiful purple over dyed with some indigo.
And then we've got this one here, for example, which is blue and purple, which knits up nicely in the yoke. Let me see if I can get it. I don't know if you'll be able to tell on the video. It's the darkest color in the yoke here, between the lavender and the orange one. So this one in between is actually a combination of blue and purple, and it fades in and out, and it changes a little bit along the way. So that's this row, which is probably impossible for you to tell, but dyeing up something similar to this in larger skeins.
And we have a light blue and purple currently available in the shop on our Echo base.
Yeah, what's that called again?
It was dyed for the Boreal collection, so you can find it in 2 different spots.
Oh, violet.
Violet, wild violet,
yeah.
Which
so
is this beautiful, almost like a periwinkle light blue blended in with the purple, yeah.
So there's some new colors coming up, and we'll do it all at once again, and rather than piecemeal.
Yeah, we're gonna release them, but they're gonna be in time for our anniversary, which is this coming May.
Yes.
I guess that's a great time to mention that not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
It's Local Yarn Store Day.
Yeah,
so we would love to have you come and celebrate with us. It's the first year that we're open for Local Yarn Store Day.
So we're hoping that it's a good turnout.
There are still people discovering that we are here, because if you live, lots of people have found us, but some people just haven't been fortunate enough to, and when they do come in, it's like, wow, oh my god, I'm so glad you're here, I just found out you're here. So that happens with new businesses, I think, and we're new to having a retail location, even though we're not new to being dyers and having the website. So it'd be really nice to be able to celebrate that with people.
In the coming week, we're going to announce a new kit set that we put together, which would be great for Mother's Day.
Or just for yourself.
Yes, as a treat. And it will be available starting on Local Yarn Store Day.
Yes.
April 29th. And we're also going to have, should we tell them about the golden ticket?
Yes.
Yeah. We're also going to have what we call golden tickets at Cash, kind of like Chocolate and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, where everyone gets to be a lucky winner of a golden ticket.
And your ticket will tell you what your discount is for that day.
You select your golden ticket, and on the reverse side it tells you your savings, your deal of the day.
Right. Now, because it's local yarn store day, that's an in-store thing.
Mm-hmm. But we will be sending out a newsletter with some promotion for our online store as well, if you want to support us from far away or you're still not up for in-store shopping. Ooh.
It finally lost its balance. It's because it's propped up with stuffing, and then the yarn is on top, so it's a little bottom light. But
and it was trying to run away.
Yeah.
The
bags are nice.
Shy.
There are some other bags online as well. So, and we can always help you coordinate colors if you want to buy a set for someone as a gift.
Right. Now, before we launch off
because Jasmine's not doing this knit along.
No, but as you noticed, I have been furiously knitting while we've been doing this. It took me a while of sorting out my needles while we first began talking, because I'm doing 2 at a time toe-up socks.
Oh, tell them about how that was to cast on.
Well,
that was hilarious.
I've only ever done Judy's Magic cast on once before, but like ages ago. So, I have to go to the Very Pink Knits video and watch it all over again. But I thought it would be too difficult to cast on 2 at a time. So I cast on one circular needle, and then I cast on the other on another circular needle. And then when I had about 4 rows knit on each, I had to figure out how to put them both on both needles. Because
and then you had them backwards or something?
Yeah, well, because the needle was faced the wrong way to slip the stitches off onto the other one. So basically my mom taught me this technique where you knit 2 at a time, but rather than use just one long circular needle for magic loop, you have
2.
The front is, as noted here with the little stitch marker, the blue stitch marker, is 1 needle. Needle 1 is for the instep, and needle 2 is for the sole of each. So not only am I knitting this in a gradient, as you see here, using our mini skeins, but then...
Have you got a picture of the pattern?
I do. I just want to show off.
Oh, yes.
Each mini skein was divided into 2, so that I have 2 working yarns coming off. And as I go across my needle, I have to remember to drop the one yarn to pick up the other. I
have knit 2 together in the past myself.
I haven't done that yet.
But that's why you have this thing to indicate that there's a break.
Oh, yes. No, it's definitely a very helpful tool to use the stitch marker, both to tell which side is the front and when to stop and start on your yarn.
Yeah.
But I think it's a little hard to tell from far away how it works. I might do a short video on our tutorials on YouTube sometime to show you, because I don't think a lot of people do the 2 needles.
No.
Have you ever done this? What's your favorite way to knit 2 at a time? I like this because as you keep going and you end up with 2 separate tubes, you can actually try them on.
Yes.
You don't have to move them onto DPNs or anything.
Well, DPNs are hard to try them on with.
I know, they're so potent.
I like working with double points sometimes, but I like doing 2 at a time this way. Jasmine, on the other hand, likes the 9-inch circulars, which to me it's like...
Yeah, you know what? I don't mind this if your needles are very long, though, and they have to be for the magic loop portion. You're essentially doing magic loop on both sides of the sock, but just using 2 different needles. It's confusing, but
it's you do the same kind of thing if you've got a blanket, let's say, or a circular shawl, and you've got a million stitches that are just too much for one circular needle. You work with 2.
Yes, but it's confusing because the needles are so long, so when you put it down,
it curls all over the place, and you don't know what's what.
And your yarn gets wrapped in them too. So every time you pick it up, you're like fighting with yourself. These are the socks. I'll hold them a little bit closer. They're called Fondant by Versatility Yarns, and they're just really cute. They're a fade, and it teaches you every 2 3/4 inches or 7 centimeters. You want to start fading into the next color, and it's a gradual fade over 12 rows. So You slowly start to stripe the one in until the stripes of
And
the second
this
color.
particular pattern asks for 4 colors, right?
Yes.
Which is really cool. It asks for 25 grams of each of 4 colors, which is exactly what our mini sets are.
It says 4 mini skeins of 25 grams.
Yes.
And that's exactly how we do them.
Right. And people that had our advent calendar, of course, have lots of colors to choose from because all the advent minis were 25 grams as well. Okay. So I think that's about it.
I think that sums us up for today. Don't be afraid to share your progress pictures. And even if you're not part of the knit along, but you want to knit one of these things that you see, we've got lots of options in store and online to help you with your yarn selection.
If you need help, we'll be happy to help you with the colors.
Okay.
So
That's it for now.
yep. Be natural.
Be you.
Bye.
Bye.